First question: who are you, and what character do you play?
Guys, I am Hollywood RobTV, and I play Karen, Guile, G, and Chun-Li primarily right now.
All right. What scene do you represent?
All right, I represent the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. I stayed down in Florida, like a little half lightweight with Kev and Do, but I'll definitely represent the Midwest.
Okay. How is the scene in the Midwest?
I always say the Midwest, everybody's probably biased and thinks this about their own scene, right? But I think the Midwest is probably the most passionate scene. The reason I say that, or at least we're the most open about our passion. I won't call us the most passionate scene because there's a lot of people who love damn Street Fighter and fighting games. I would say that the Midwest is very like loud and popping off and the trash talk and so on and so forth. Like if there's a Midwest player playing at a major, like all of us have seen it, even if you're not from there, like you've noticed this in pools or something like that, right. People going smooth off. And even if there's another scene who doesn't usually wild out as much as us, they typically wild out when they're going against one of us because they got to back their boy up because we're going so hard,
Yeah.
So I think there's something about the weather, you know what I mean? Like how it's cold. It's like a lot of blue collar areas.
Right.
It's something about that make you more like gritty and stuff like that in some situations. So, I think that's pretty much how our scene is. It's really hype and tight knit.
Okay, the gritty Midwest. I like that.
Yeah.
What's your gamer tag and where did it come from? Man, tell me that story.
So my gamer tag is RobTV, right? But I did not pick that. So I started a YouTube channel and I made it. It was called No Chart TV, like flow chart, no chart, whatever. But my YouTube channel was going to be more of a wide open type of thing. Like it wasn't even just going to be Street Fighter. I didn't even know I wanted to be a pro Street Fighter player, even though I knew I was going to make YouTube videos for Street Fighter as well. But anyway, so I made No Charts. Actually, no, at that point, it wasn't going to be like straight fighting game stuff. That's right. So I was like, okay, No Chart TV. And then it was going to be more like my face wasn't supposed to be known. Like kind of like a video essay type of videos.
Gotcha.
Like my first YouTube video actually is comparing Street Fighter 4 to 5. Like nowadays, my videos are more like a common non-FGC YouTuber. We're like, what's going on, people, blah, blah, blah. But it was a video essay with a whole lot of editing, and my face wasn't really in it at all. But eventually I was like, damn, I don't want to just make fighting game videos. So I was like, let me just make my channel name RobTV.
Right.
Because that's so vague, I can put anything I want on there. And eventually, like I just naturally ended up staying in the fighting game lane. And when I went to tournament, somebody just put my name down as RobTV. I didn't even sign up as that. People just were calling me that. Mm-hmm. And people started calling me my channel name, and it just stuck as my actual name. So I never actually chose this name. That's why my YouTube intro, on YouTube, people use the same intro every time.
Yeah.
So my intro, people don't really think about it, but it's like, yo, what's going on, people? I am Rob B. My last name starts with B. Like I am Rob B of RobTV. That's what I said at the beginning of all my videos.
Right.
But now I'm RobTV, I guess.
Gotcha. You are RobTV. So No Chart TV to RobTV.
Yep.
It is. All right. How do you feel about the players? I want to hear specifically how you feel about the players, not their characters right now.
Okay, so how I feel about the players. Mm-hmm. So for one, first off, as people, these are both people that I'm actually friends with. Like, so we actually literally, if you see us in chats, come on, I know everybody. If you're in a big tournament or something, like I just did the KO Cancer tournament and like the Blink All-Star Challenger, right? Mm-hmm. And I did really good in both of them. I got second in both of them. But so going through the longer your run, you go back and look at your matches sometimes and see what people talking about in the chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can't see it while you playing. So then you see like who rooting for you and stuff like that, or who in there hating on you and whatnot. Like, right. And two people who always in there showing me love is Burkish and Spaceboy. And I do the same thing for them. Right. Like, they're popping my streams and all that. So these are people that I even like DM and all that. So these are actually friends of mine.
Okay.
Skill wise, but at the same time, I wouldn't lie. Even if you my homie, like if you're not that nice, I wouldn't be like, oh, he ass, but I just wouldn't say nothing about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say nothing.
That's how it goes.
You know what I mean? You can't like if you got a homie that's real cool with you, just got to be like, oh yeah, he cool.
Yeah.
Like, but Spaceboy and Burkus are actually mad good players.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're very strong. Burkish, some people may know NEC 2017. That was my third major. I want to say that was my third major. It was my first year of traveling. I made the grand finals of that tournament. And I ended up losing to Burkish. I was on winner side. Like people thought it was over that I was going to win, and Burkish ended up winning that. So me and Burkish always been kind of like tied since then,
Yeah. He talked about that story a little bit in his interview too.
Yeah. It was actually mad weird because so I go ahead like I'm smoking everybody in that tournament. I'm talking trash, and then Burkish ended up beating me, which people don't know. I can say this years later now that I be smacking all you Urian players out there, including you, Burkish, my dog, but it is what it is. I did not know the matchup, KB. Okay. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't even anti-air EX knees. Like, I didn't know what was going on. But, it's my first year traveling. Right. Burkish played good. He was on one. But after that, he did like an interview or something. And I think he like talked trash about me. And I was so surprised because, like, man, this seemed like a nice guy. He been quiet this whole time. And at that point, I was real hot-headed. I hated if somebody didn't talk trash during or before the match and then only talk trash after they win. Right. Like, I think that's like what's a non-profane way to say it? I think that's soft.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, I think if you're going to talk trash, you should say it beforehand so that you can put yourself on the spot. Yeah. You know what I mean? But anyway, but me and Burkish ended up being mad cool. But as of late, I definitely would say I've been getting the better of Burkish.
Okay.
It's not like it'd be it's surprising if he was to get me in tournament that. Right. Like last time we just played a few days ago in the Blink tournament, in a Blink All-Star Challenge to get top 8 winners. And I got him 3-2. It was close. But I just beat him in grand finals of another tournament, and it was 6-0.
Okay. So it'll be close, but the format here is a little different. Y'all going first to 15, so you gotta see. Yeah. So what about Spaceboy? Any what do you think about Spaceboy, his character?
Spaceboy, dog, come on, man. Like, Sakura cheap, KB. Let's keep it a bean.
I like Sakura, her, man. I like her, dog.
I like Sakura too. And I like Sakura too, and I don't think she's busted either. I think she's really good though. Okay. She might be like I think she's underrated. Spaceboy is one of the people who showed me how strong she is, to be honest with you. Okay. Now he's somebody that for some reason historically I've had literally a perfect record against him. Mm-hmm. And then within the last month, man, this cat like all of a sudden he started like cooking my ass. There's this one tournament, OG Yon's Bruce Lee. It's the DMV tournament. It's like the Bruce Lee something. But he beat me 6-0 in grand finals. Beat my Chun Li with his Sakura 6-0. I'm like, damn. So then I was like, let me switch it up on him and try Gal in the next tournaments we played in. And I beat him in the next 2 tournaments. This is the last 2 we played. But so lately, it's fair to say that me and Spaceboy over the last month or so been pretty much back and forth. But he hasn't shown me he has an answer for the Gal yet. So I think with Spaceboy, he'll know what character I'm going to pick. So on a long first to 15, I might have a little something for him. Play with his head a little bit.
Okay. So tell me, how do you feel against Urian and Sakura just as a character? Like, do you feel stronger against those characters or what?
So I actually love the Urian matchup, even though, of course, I think Urian is top 3 in the game this year. He's really, really strong. But I feel like I do have a very sound theory against him. So I think in the first to 2, it's really tough for a Urian. It's much easier to lose against a Urian, but in a longer set, his V trigger isn't going to matter quite as much. So I'm really confident in that matchup. And then, and as far as like what I think about the character matchup, like I think Karen versus Urian is like 5-5 this season. Sakura, Urian, I feel like Urian has been out way longer than Sakura, right?
I believe so. Yeah, for sure.
4 seasons or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So the longer a character is out, just kind of naturally, even if you didn't study the matchup hard as hell, just them existing, you pick it up more over time. I don't think that I know as much about Sakura, but I think that Sakura versus Gao might be even or slightly in Gao's favor. And Sakura versus Chun-Li, I think Chun-Li actually wins that matchup. But one interesting thing to note about that is Space Boy plays, she has two good V-triggers. Some characters don't. Like, I'm not worried about Yuri and V-trigger 2, for example. Sakura has two good V-triggers and two good V-skills. So I think that she's a kind of a bit of a different character depending on which V-trigger and V-skill she goes with. But I'm comfortable. I'm pretty comfortable against both of the characters. Very against Urian and pretty comfortable against Sakura.
Okay. All right. So you talked a little bit about the track record between you two, but I wanna hear it more direct. What's the track record between Burkish and Space Boy?
Space Boy, I have an overwhelmingly positive record against. Like I said, I gave him credit. As of late, it's been back and forth. I got the last two, but it's been back and forth from like last month or so. But historically, it's very, very far in my favor number-wise. Burkish, damn, historically, that might be like a 50-50, to be honest with you. Now I'm thinking about it. And of course, as we brought up earlier, he beat me in grand finals of a major. So he got the most important win.
Right.
But yeah, I think me and Burkish might be like a 50-50. And lately me and Space Boy been back and forth too.
Okay. Cool. All right. So do you have any last words for your competitors?
I feel like you asked Mag Negro this and he said something really nice. So I feel kind of pressured to be nice. But I think I'm gonna smoke your ass though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Anybody who watching this right now in the chat and everything, put 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth and I'm about to smoke them. Put 2 in the chat if I'm bullshitting and they about to cook my ass. Let me know.
It is.
I might side bet some of y'all. I might side bet some of y'all twos in there.
So we're gonna be calling you the grill master by the end of this thing, bro.
No doubt.
Okay. All right. So now let me ask you this: what do you think the final count will be in this thing? So it's the first of 15. So I want to hear what's the exact final count at the end of this thing for each player.
I was thinking about this, and this is tough. You did a good damn job picking these 3 players. Like, I think that this is actually a tight one. Mm-hmm. And the last one, I was confident Greg would win.
Yeah.
And this one, I got myself 15, but I don't see Space Boy or Burkers getting less than 10.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think that.
So give me the numbers. What's Space Boy up or Burkers up? What's up? So you got to think about Burkers versus Space Boy too.
I'm gonna give Space Boy 12, Burkish 10, me 15.
All right, so 15, you, Space Boy 12, 10, Burkish.
Yep,
that's fair. Yep. We're gonna put that one out into the universe. How do you feel about how Capcom has adjusted to COVID-19?
I'm extremely happy with what Capcom has done. I mean, of course, we could have easily just had nothing, man. I wasn't planning on this at all. I've been diligent in studying and practicing regardless, even without CPT. But it wasn't in hopes of this happening. So that's one thing I can't stand, man, when people complain too much about something that didn't exist in the first place. Like, for example, we have the King of the Grill. So imagine if people were like, oh man, but why ain't it first to 20? Yeah. Or why is it first to 10? Right. Like, it did not exist. Like, we could have nothing. So I'm not saying that, like, for example, the net code is trash. It needs to be fixed. So I'm not saying let's not complain about that.
Yeah.
But in a case like this, I don't think there really should be any complaints outside of the whole Middle East thing, because I heard that they have connection issues with
Europe. Yeah, they need to split it up more.
I would be pissed off if we had to play like, Brazil or something in ours. So they should be mad. But I'm very happy with how this is going. And I even like the fan vote idea, man. Like, it's not like you get to vote a random player in. You're voting in someone who already earned their spot in the Capcom Cup. I think it's good. It is a little weird that everybody only has two spots. Yeah. Japan regularly has how many players in Capcom Cup? All of a sudden, you gonna have play. We may like, for example, I think Australia has 2 spots. I don't know that, but I don't think an Australian player has ever been in Capcom Cup. And now 2 of the Japanese players who always make it are not going to be in there. And 2, like, not the shit on Australia, God bless you guys. I'm just giving an example that had never been in there before. 2 of them are going to be in there, you know? So I think it's going to be one of the most entertaining Capcom Cups ever, but there may be a little bit of blowback off of some of the best players not being in it.
Okay. All right, next question. What do you think about the surplus of online tourneys?
Oh, man, it's a blessing. Yeah, I've been I'll tell you what, you know, and when you're able to go to offline tournaments, even outside of just majors, that's the thing. During CPT, like, people think about the COVID shutting down the Capcom Pro Tour, but it's also a shutdown of locals, the little monthlies that pop up. They got $300 pop bonus here and there, $500 pop bonus here and there, so on and so forth. So online tournaments, it's been giving us a place to where we can make some type of bread off of Street Fighter, and it gives us a place to practice and a place to hang out. You know, like, that's one of the things that I'll be looking forward to during the week, to be honest with you, like talking in the chat with everybody. And it's different just popping in somebody's stream, which is fun too, and actually watching a whole damn tournament. You know, as far as the training side, the thing is, sometimes I don't even feel like entering online tournament because it's stressful sometimes, man. Like, in the end of the day, it's annoying losing. And for some reason, losing is rough no matter what. But in an online tournament, it feels way worse for me. You know, I know, like, Terrence feels the same way. But the reason, one of the main reasons I enter is just because it's different practicing something in tournament under pressure, and your opponent is different. Like, I like casuals and all that and battle lounge, but it's going to be different trying to read my opponent then and when I know that their ass don't want to go to losers or don't want to go to their true player's true. I'm dropping some free game right now, okay? A player's true damn, like, habits and emotions and stuff come out when something's on the line. It's kind of like their back is to the wall, you know, like a life or death scenario. But in a casual or something like that, you know, they'll more comfortably just do whatever. So it's been dope to have online tournaments.
Okay. Yeah, man, they don't. If you done flew to a tournament, you done paid money for hotel, flight. You got a lot on the line at a tournament, man. Your heart gonna be beating crazy, bro. It ain't the same, but it's you know, it's still good, you know. All right, so you already kind of answered my next question about the Pro Tour, so I won't ask you that one. How do you feel about the announcement of new content?
I mean, to be honest, for me, it's kind of like like a lot of us, you know what I mean? Like, I study this stuff so much, and it's like they announced all kind of new homework to me, you know, so that sucks. Like, I'm happy for the content because I know the business side got to be together for us to do the competitive side at the end of the day. So I am happy to see that. I'm happy that we're getting support like that. But I'm not looking forward to learning all of these new damn matchups. There's already so many matchups. I mean, a lot of us, I would say most of us, if not, I don't want to say all of us, but most of us have some characters where we need to brush up on. Like, I need to play some more Falk with you.
Oh yeah,
you know,
you be getting cooked.
Like, man, put my ass out of that last. What tournament was that? Reddit or something? I don't know. But I was like, man hit me with that damn V skill 2. You think you did like DP and it was safe or something?
Yeah.
I said, oh nah, like, I need to hit up KB. But, you know, let alone all the new characters and stuff. So it's a little daunting. I say that, to be honest. It's a little daunting as a player, but as a fan, I'm happy about it.
All right, so do you think we should have an additional year of Street Fighter 5, or do you think we need to move on to Street Fighter 6?
Hell yeah, we need another year of Street Fighter 5. I feel like I may be biased. Like, I feel like I've been getting so much stronger, like, that I'm not ready to have to pick up a whole new game. Like, if it comes, it comes. It's whatever. Like, but I want to see what I'm going to do in the CPT from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. You know, like, it's one thing, like I said, doing this online stuff, or like last year, near the end of the year, I start picking up a whole lot, you know, and even like at my Street Fighter League or even LCQ. I smoked mad players and got ninth. But then it's like, damn, the year is over. So I feel like I've leveled up a lot. I'm playing more characters, so I don't have to worry about bad matchups so much in tournament. So I would really like to see how I perform in CPT in Street Fighter 5. So I don't want Street Fighter 6 to come out just yet. One more year.
Yeah, I agree with that one. All right, so it's the last thing, man. Anything else you want to shout out? Anything else you want to say, man? It's all up to you, man.
First and foremost, definitely shout out to Midwest, my scene. Much love to all of y'all. Make sure you guys follow my sponsor, my squad, Crescent Esports, and check out the Tar Pit Club. If you just Google it, find the website. You probably seen like the I Feel Like Daigo shirts and stuff like that at events. That's them. That's the Tar Pit Club. Crescent got a podcast. And make sure you guys check out my YouTube channel, RobTV Gaming. I got a new podcast on there called Healing Hollywood. The title might change. I don't know. But yeah, just make sure you guys post it for all the new content. Follow me on Twitch and all that. And yeah, I think that's everything. Watch me cook.
Cool.